Fox 66 News with Brian Wilk, meteorologist Craig Flint, and Mike Finner with sports. You're watching Fox 66 News first at 10.
As members of former President Trump's defense team resigned prior to his second impeachment hearing, local leaders are weighing in. Good evening, I'm Brian Wilk. 5 members of Donald Trump's former legal team stepping down from his impeachment case just weeks away from the trial. The story's new at 10 o'clock. Chelsea Swift joins us in the newsroom with local reaction to the impeachment case standing. It seems as though Trump has recruited new lawyers for his defense, Chelsea.
Hi, Brian. That's right. Trump announcing 2 new lawyers just one day after his former defense team collapsed. Local leaders say the focus of this defense should not focus on the 2020 election.
Erie County Councilman Brian Shank says when he first heard the news of Donald Trump's impeachment defense leaving, he was surprised. He believes Trump's legal team should be focusing on the impeachment, not the election.
And it appears there was a little difference of opinion that they should be focusing on the impeachment, where the president, former President Trump, wants to fixate on the election. And right now, it's an impeachment issue.
Shank adding he believes Trump's impeachment trial is holding the nation behind.
We have a new president. We have to move this country forward, because right now I feel like we're just kind of stuck in the mud spinning our wheels and we're not moving forward.
One political leader says despite some calling Trump's impeachment unnecessary, he believes it sends a message to future presidents.
It lets people know that when you are in this position of power that is supposed to be to protect and defend the Constitution and our democratic processes, that you can't incite insurrection.
Wirtz says he believes Trump's former legal team seems to be fed up with his claim to the 2020 election.
An exodus from Donald Trump's inner circle, certainly from his legal team, and he'll encourage whomever represents him to pursue a fictional defense.
One of Trump's new lawyers, Bruce Castor, is a well-known attorney in Pennsylvania. Brian?
Chelsea, thank you very much. And we have more news coming up in a moment, but first, meteorologist Craig Flint has your Fox First forecast. Hey, Craig.
Hi there, Brian. Watching some light snow as it spreads from south to north into the region. Now, it's really not going to be much. That's kind of a look at the flag, and you can see some flurries and snow showers. Channel Lock, Conneaut Lake weather camera there. So we've got some light snow that will continue to kind of advance north. But notice the northern edge of this really getting eaten up because we have dry air in place. So there could be nothing worse than flurries in Erie. Look at that. Cloudy skies 31 right now, east wind at 11. But again, we're going to watch this northward progression of the snow. We'll see if it makes it here. It's just mostly cloudy, at least in Erie proper. There will be snow to the south through midnight. And we drop into the upper 20s. And there will be some light snow and some flurries around through the day. On Monday, it really doesn't add up much. In terms of accumulation, it's very nickel and dime. Your complete forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Brian, over to you.
Thank you, Craig. A group of Senate Republicans say they have a counter-offer to President Biden's COVID-19 relief bill. The senators are asking to meet with the president this week before Democrats begin to push ahead and pass the president's plan without Republicans. Anna Warnicki reports from Washington.
10 Republican senators are asking President Biden to consider their alternative COVID relief plan. On Fox News Sunday, Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy said the Republicans' bill would cost roughly $600 billion, much smaller than President Biden's $1.9 trillion package.
We are very targeted. We're targeted to the needs of the American people.
Much of what the administration has laid out has nothing to do with COVID-19.
Ohio Republican Senator Rob Portman told CNN's State of the Union that Republicans plan to introduce their bill on Monday. He says it includes $160 billion for vaccines, $1,000 direct stimulus checks for a smaller group of lower-income families, and would extend federal funding of unemployment benefits. Republicans will have to move quickly. On Tuesday, House Democrats plan to introduce a budget resolution which would fast-track the president's COVID relief plan, allowing Democrats to pass it and the president to sign it without Republican support.
We are in the midst of the worst pandemic in 100 years.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders said on ABC's This Week that there's no time left to hash out a bipartisan deal.
We have got to act, and we have got to act now.
President Biden's chief economist Brian Deese said on CNN Sunday that the president is reviewing the Republicans' request.
We're certainly open to input from anywhere where we can find a constructive idea to make this package as effective as possible.
But Deese says the president will not allow Republicans to delay his efforts to provide Americans with additional urgent relief. In Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki.
59 people have died of COVID-19 across the state in the past 24 hours. Here are the latest COVID-19 cases according to the Pennsylvania Department of Health. In Erie County, there were 96 new positive cases, the total since March now reaching 15,437. Crawford County reporting 35 new cases. Warren County up by 2. Ashtabula County reports an increase of 11. There was no update provided for Chautauqua County. Meanwhile, 3,985 cases across the Commonwealth, with a total now over 843,000 cases. After 2 years of waiting, the community will begin to see some changes to downtown Erie streets starting this summer. Over $5 billion is being invested into a streetscape master plan to enhance downtown streets. The plan is broken into 4 phases, starting at an area along State Street stretching from 2nd to 12th Street. The Streetscape Plan will take about 3 years to complete, with work taking place each summer. John Buchna from the Erie Downtown Partnership says this kind of large investment is needed to make any improvement to the downtown area.
It truly does transform downtown. It's a great thing. Better accommodating sidewalk with different technology and more welcoming with greenery and space, a utilization of space, the incorporation of our Gateway project at 3rd and State.
Donors for this plan include the Erie County Gaming Revenue Authority, the Perry Square Alliance, and others, all in effort to improve downtown Erie. A lot of Erie County households are struggling mentally from the pandemic. There is a natural and fun way to help. Julia Hazel has the story.
They say a dog is a person's best friend. And for people who are stressed from the pandemic, petting a dog or even looking at a dog can help.
Because people are struggling, you may not see it, and I know what it's like to struggle with depression and stuff. I've been there, done that. But if my dog can brighten your day for 5 seconds, that's worth it.
The Anna Shelter in Erie discusses how helping the community with their dogs has really made a positive impact.
As much as I love animals, I love people too. So it was my way of how can I help my shelter animals and help people in our community. And I think that ties along with the depression thing that's going on right now.
Therapy dogs such as Onyx provide people with comfort and emotional support.
Dogs are just amazing therapists, and they give you such a jump start in the happy place, and they increase endorphins, and just 15 minutes after a visit your blood pressure lowers, you feel more alert, more calm.
This is a wonderful natural way to relieve stress.
I want to pet them. It puts them in a good mood. It makes them feel comfortable. And just the shine in their eyes is different when they see a dog coming up and they know that dog's friendly and they want to pet it, and it changes a person.
Julia Hazel, Fox 66 News.
Well, folks had a chance to get their hands on some of the hottest sports cards on the market. Keenum Sports Cards held their annual sports card show at the Saga Club on Washington Avenue today. The show included the best local card dealers with hobby packs, boxes, memorabilia, and card supplies. Dealers from Meadville and even Columbus, Ohio attended the sports card event.
My last show actually got canceled. It was supposed to be December 13th, and it was like right before the, when they announced all the shutdown and stuff. So now it's a really busy show.
Now, the show not only has options to buy sports cards, but you also had the chance to sell and trade cards too.
The push to get students back in the classroom causing strife between school officials and teachers unions. I'm Christina Coleman in Los Angeles. That story coming up.
Plus, in the hot seat, a local man is working to create a unique football experience where the fans are in command. And superfan. A cancer patient and lifelong supporter of a NFL team gets a heartwarming surprise from his community.
See news happening? Shoot it, then send it to us via Facebook or the Your Erie To Go app on your